Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So if there is any noise, I will try to filter it as much as I can, so please forgive me on that. So this is going to be a bit different video. So today we are going to look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, BNB, Solana and other big caps. So we'll start with Bitcoin, and if you look here, Bitcoin did hit all-time high as you can see here, but it has started to go down as you can see here. So I'll just open the 4-hour chart. As you can see, so we did hit a new all-time high around 112k as you can see, and as of now it did actually bounce back from around this zone around 106, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. But the interesting news that is in the market as of now is that GameStop officially confirms first Bitcoin purchase of over 4,000. As you can see here, this is a massive amount, and now we have another big company or another meme company getting into the Bitcoin. So this is for the treasury, as you can see here. So this news I think is going under the hood as of now, but I think this is a pretty strong news. Beside that, we also have MetaPlanet. Again, this is another company from Japan getting into the Bitcoin. They again, the amount is not that massive, but it adds up. As you can see here, they basically issued 50 million in new debt to buy more Bitcoin. So again, a very positive news for Bitcoin overall. So that's pretty amazing for the Bitcoin, I think. So coming to the chart, I think as of now Bitcoin is below 109, and sellers are stopping it from going higher. As you can see here, it is basically the sellers are there. As you can see, it did actually try to go up, but we had a lot of sellers and the price is going down. So according to some expert, this path is very much normal, so that's pretty good, I think, and it could actually help Bitcoin move higher if that happens. But as of now, the key levels that we need to watch is around 105, so somewhere around here. This is a pretty good demand zone. So if you just look here, and this is also a pretty good gap in the market as of now. So if we are able to actually go from here, so I think the best entry point if you're looking to trade is around 105 2947 or and 105,448. This I think is a pretty good entry point as of now, and if we do bounce back from here, we could actually go higher and we could retest at this price. But if we do go below this, we could actually fall below 100k, so that is something that you should know. And I think this seems to be a pretty good trade zone as of now, and this gap I think would be filled, and we will most likely see I think we will most likely see a wick here, and it will most likely bounce back, because I think there are a lot of traders waiting to buy here. So that is something that I think you should know. So this is for the Bitcoin. So let's move to the Ethereum. So for Ethereum or ETH, as you can see here, it has been struggling a lot, as you can see, but again it is actually trying to break this level. So if we do break from 2740, I think we could go higher. So I think the possibility of hitting 3000 is there if it does break out, and it seems like it is a pretty strong resistance, because if you look here again, it rejected here, and same thing again, it went up from 23 as you can see here, and again it came here and rejected again, and same thing happened here. So if it continues to try, and I think it can break out, but if it does not break out and just from here, we will most likely go towards 23 or even 21 is a possibility, somewhere around here. So Ethereum does look very strong compared to the Bitcoin. So if you look at the Bitcoin, Ethereum seems to be very strong. So I think if the market does go up and BTC bounce back from this level, I think there is a possibility that Ethereum is heading towards 28 or even 3k is a possibility. So coming to the XRP, as you can see here, there does not seems to be any strong trend here. There is no downtrend or uptrend. I think as of now XRP is trading in a sideways, and the level that it is actually trading is this one. So if let's say that BTC goes up and Ethereum goes up, I think there's a possibility that we could be heading towards 3.3 or even $3. And if that doesn't happen, I think we could be heading towards 1.6, and it may actually go up from here. So I think as of now XRP is trading sideways. So if you look here, XRP did trade sideways a lot here, as you can see here. So it can eventually go up and potentially hit $5, but as of now it is trading sideways. So if the market does go down, there is a possibility that we could actually go down, but as of now I think these are the two best support and resistance, around 3.3 or even 3.4 or even $3, and here we have support around 1.6. I think that's it for the XRP. I don't see any trend as of now, so hopefully I think it depends on BTC overall for the XRP. So looking at BNB, it is the exchange coin, so and it is also the BNB also is a chain. So I think its performance is mostly dependent on how the Binance is doing. And if you look here, Binance volume is pretty consistent. So I think as of now the token again is trading sideways. So if you look here, it actually did hit a new all-time high, I think around 793, and as of now if we just look here, we are trading at that level ever since. So it is actually down around 100, as you can see, but it seems to be trying to break through. So I think if the market continues to go up, we may actually see a retest around its all-time high, and that could also be resistance. So that is something that you should know. But as of now there are a lot of meme coins trading happening on the Binance, so that could give it a push at least to hit its all-time high again. But as of now, if we look at the RSI, it seems to be overbought, at least depending on the overall market. So if you look at the Bitcoin was overbought here and it started to go down, and if we look at BNB, it has started to go down again as well. So I think if the market does go up, it seems to have a pretty good momentum as of now. So we could actually go above 750 if the market does go up. But if the market does go down, I think we may be heading towards again, if we just go here, we have a pretty good, I think, market fair value gap around here, around 622 and 612. So that could be entry point if you're planning to buy BNB. Again, let's move to the next one. So looking at Sol or Solana, it actually had a pretty impressive run, I think. If you look here, it actually ended up hitting 96, and it is as of now trading around 171. And if we look at Ethereum had so if you look at Ethereum had a massive recovery, recovering from 1400, as you can see, and it basically went 2x. But if you look at Solana, it did not perform as good as BTC, because as good as Ethereum. If it had, I think we should have seen at least 200, because Solana has a lower market cap than Ethereum. So I think it did had a pretty good recovery, but it did not recover as much as Solana did or as much as Ethereum did. But I am still hopeful for the Solana, because it is one of the strongest one, I think. And if you look here, if we try to find a fair value gap that can be potential bounce back point, so I do see one. So if the Solana does go down, I think there is a pretty good entry somewhere around 150 to 161. That seems to be a pretty good rebound point for the Solana. And again, if you look here, we do have a pretty good resistance around 185, so that seems to be a pretty hard resistance to break for the Solana, because it came here, it rejected again, came here, it rejected again. So there seems to be a lot of sellers waiting to sell. So let's see what happens. But if you look at the RSI, RSI has started to go down, and it did actually end up hitting overbought here. But again, I think we should hopefully rebounds back if it does go down in between 150 to 150 to 180, or 160 to 150, sorry. But I think Solana is trying to follow the Ethereum. So if you look here, I think there is a possibility if the Ethereum does go up, I think the Solana could actually follow. So let's talk about the last two coins. The first one is SUI and Hype or Hyperliquid. So these are two very interesting coins, because I did make a video I think 2 days ago about SUI, and in that video I said that Hype basically overtook SUI. But again, if you look here, with the ETF news, SUI went up, but as of now it is trading around 3.56, but it did actually end up hitting, I think if you just go here, it did actually ended up hitting I think it was around 3.71 or 73, and CETUS protocol or the SUI Foundation did hold a vote where they will be giving users fund back that were hacked. Again, if you look at the Hype has been doing pretty nuts. As you can see here, it actually went from $9 to as high as $40, as you can see, and it has started to make some correction, and that is a positive, I think, for any market, and that is the same for the Hype. But again, if you look at the market cap, it is finally below on the SUI. But again, I think the Hype is a very strong coin, and this seems to be a very strong uptrend. So if it does continues to go up, I think we could actually go up from here, or even if it wants to retrace somewhere around 28 to 32, I think that could be also a pretty good retrace. So if the Hype continues to go down, I think we will most likely rebound from $30 or even 28, and after that I think we actually could hit a new all-time high. So that is a very much possibility for the Hype, because this coin has been very strong, as you can see here. Because for the all-time high, I think the argument is that the trend seems to be in favor of Hype, because it is a very strong trend. Whereas the SUI has been struggling a lot, and as of now there are a lot of questions around its centralization, but it seems to have recovered those, as you can see here, those rumors. So let's see what happens. But as of now, SUI seems to be in between of a very bad situation. So I think hopefully the SUI will recover, because it is a Solana killer. So if it does recover, I think it can actually hit 4.3 or even higher than that. Anyway, this was an update. I hope you liked the video. I will be back with more. Thanks for watching.